LeBron James and some eyebrow-raising comments he made about Kyrie Irving on JJ Redick's podcast.
Listen, I will call Kyrie the wizard all the time. All the time. There was nothing on the basketball floor that Kyrie couldn't do.
It's been a whirlwind of stories and revelations from LeBron lately, but this one takes the cake. Flashback to the 2016 NBA Finals. The Cavaliers clinched the championship thanks in large part to Kyrie's legendary shot, arguably the biggest in Game 7 history. But after that high, things got murky. Rumor has it LeBron wanted Kyrie traded for his buddy Chris Paul. Imagine that, fresh off a championship, and LeBron's trying to swap out the guy who hit the clutch shot. Kyrie found out about these trade talks, and it cut him deep. The trust was shattered. Whether Kyrie knew about the trade rumors in 2016 or found out later, it doesn't matter. LeBron trying to move Kyrie right after winning the championship, that's one of the slimiest snake-in-the-grass moves ever. In the grand scheme, it's a classic case of a superstar trying to have his cake and eat it too. LeBron wanted to control the team's destiny, but that came at the cost of alienating his key teammate. Sure, Kyrie has his quirks and has made some controversial moves since leaving Cleveland. But in this case, can you really blame him for wanting out after learning what was going on? LeBron's podcast comments might come off as him being the nostalgic good guy, missing the good old days. But the reality is, he played a major role in why those good old days ended. It's like he's rewriting history, positioning himself as the victim of circumstance, when in fact, he was pulling the strings. LeBron attempted to orchestrate a three-team trade involving Eric Bledsoe, a Clutch Sports client, and Paul George, then with the Indiana Pacers. LeBron's vision was to bring these guys to Cleveland to create another super team. But fortunately for Kyrie, this grand plan fell through. The Phoenix Suns, who were supposed to be part of the trade, didn't want to part with the top 5 pick, and the deal never materialized. Kyrie's 2018 season, he saw the writing on the wall. NBA insiders were buzzing with the biggest open secret. LeBron was planning to leave Cleveland for the Lakers. If LeBron left, Kyrie would be stuck on an aging, slow, past their prime roster in Cleveland. So what did Kyrie do? He made a preemptive strike. He demanded a trade, effectively checkmating LeBron and Clutch Sports. Kyrie wasn't going to wait around and be left with a deteriorating team. He took control of his destiny and got out while he could. This move by Kyrie was as strategic as it was bold. He saw the landscape changing and made sure he wasn't left in a losing situation. Meanwhile, LeBron's attempts to shuffle the deck and create a new super team only further alienated Kyrie, showing him that he wasn't valued as a core member of the Cavs' future. LeBron's moves, while aiming to strengthen the team, actually weakened the trust and cohesion within the squad. Kyrie's departure was a direct result of feeling undermined and undervalued by these constant trade talks. So while LeBron might reminisce about those times and express regret over not being Kyrie's running mate anymore, the reality is much more complex. It wasn't just Kyrie waking up one day and deciding to leave. It was a series of calculated moves and reactions to the constant maneuvering by LeBron and the Cavs front office. During this dominant run, LeBron James and Clutch Sports were pulling strings behind the scenes. LeBron, who's always been known for his strategic moves both on and off the court, was trying to reshape the team multiple times. In 2016, there were rumors about trading Kyrie for Chris Paul, one of LeBron's close friends. Then in the 2017 offseason, there was a serious attempt to pull off a three-team trade involving Eric Bledsoe and Paul George. Paul George himself confirmed on his podcast that he was close to joining the Cavs. He even visited LeBron's house to discuss the trade. He said, "Cleveland, bro? I thought I was going to go to Cleveland. Cleveland was close to getting me with Bron there. It was close. Not a lot of people know that." Imagine being Kyrie and knowing that LeBron was trying to bring in other star players, potentially at his expense. That's a massive blow to trust and team chemistry. Now, fast forward to the 2018 season. NBA insiders were buzzing with the biggest open secret. LeBron was likely heading to the Lakers. Kyrie saw the writing on the wall. If LeBron left, Kyrie would be stuck with an aging roster in Cleveland, a team past its prime, and unlikely to compete at the highest level. So Kyrie made a preemptive move. He demanded a trade, effectively checkmating LeBron and Clutch Sports. This wasn't a rash decision. It was a calculated response to a series of events that made Kyrie feel expendable. LeBron's short-term contracts with Cleveland, his unwillingness to commit long-term, kept the Cavs in a perpetual state of uncertainty. The organization was constantly on edge, fearing LeBron's departure and trying to appease him at all costs. So Kyrie's trade request was not just a shock out of nowhere. It was a strategic move to take control of his career and future, avoiding being left in a no-win situation once LeBron departed. He saw the potential downfall and decided to jump ship before it sank. In Cleveland, LeBron was essentially running the organization. The Cavs were always in a state of flux, making moves to keep LeBron happy, often at the expense of long-term stability. Kyrie saw through this and made his move, ensuring he wasn't left behind. During Kyrie's tenure with the Cavaliers, especially pre-2017, he was in his athletic prime, playing some of the best basketball of his career. Yet despite Kyrie's performance, LeBron never fully committed to Cleveland or to Kyrie. LeBron's habit of signing short-term deals kept the team and its future in a constant state of uncertainty. This lack of commitment hung over the Cavaliers like a dark cloud, affecting decisions and fostering an unstable environment. In 2017, with LeBron's contract nearing its end and rumors swirling about his potential move to the Lakers, Kyrie saw the writing on the wall. The Cavaliers' roster was constructed to complement LeBron's style, playing slower and in the half court. If LeBron left, Kyrie would be left with a team built for a player who was no longer there and no clear path to success. Kyrie made a preemptive move. Understanding the precarious situation, he demanded a trade. He wasn't going to wait around to see if LeBron would leave him with an aging team and a bleak future. His decision was a strategic checkmate, ensuring he took control of his destiny rather than being at the mercy of LeBron's career moves. Fast forward to 2024, and LeBron's comments on JJ Redick's podcast seemed disingenuous. LeBron said, "I'm so happy and so proud to watch him continue his growth. And at the same time, I'm so mad that I am not his running mate anymore. I just remember those times." Listen to this again. What stands out? LeBron is not just praising Kyrie, but also subtly dissing his current teammate, Anthony Davis. It's ironic because Anthony Davis, also represented by Clutch Sports, was part of the power dynamics LeBron had always played. Davis colluded with LeBron to join the Lakers, much like the behind-the-scenes moves we saw with Kyrie in Cleveland. LeBron's longing for the past with Kyrie overlooks the reality of why that partnership ended. It wasn't just Kyrie wanting out for no reason. It was the result of LeBron's constant maneuvering and lack of commitment, which created an unstable environment. Kyrie's trade request was a rational response to a team and a superstar who couldn't offer stability. Now, looking at LeBron's career with the Lakers, we see similar patterns. He's known for influencing team decisions and player movements. His power over the organization is substantial, which again leads to an environment of constant change and adaptation to his preferences. LeBron James and Clutch Sports are known for their calculated moves, often planning 2 to 3 years ahead with no guarantees, no promises, and frankly, no loyalty. Even during his Miami Heat days, LeBron left Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and his so-called friend Dwayne Wade without a word. Kyrie Irving, unlike D. Wade, wasn't blindsided. He saw the writing on the wall when LeBron was gearing up to leave Cleveland, just like he left Miami. LeBron's plans to join the Lakers weren't dependent on who was on the Cavaliers roster. Whether it was Paul George, Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, or even Eric Bledsoe, LeBron had made up his mind. The strategic foresight left Kyrie with no choice but to look out for his own future. LeBron's actions, both in Miami and Cleveland, have shown a pattern of calculated, self-serving moves. His lack of long-term commitment kept teams in a state of flux and uncertainty. For Kyrie, this was a major factor in his decision to leave. He didn't want to be left behind with an aging roster once LeBron inevitably moved on. And here's another layer to consider. By trying to trade Kyrie for players like Chris Paul and Paul George, LeBron and the Cavaliers essentially told Kyrie he was expendable. This constant undercurrent of trade rumors and lack of security would make any player question their place in the team's future. LeBron's recent attempt to rewrite history and diminish Kyrie's contributions overlooks these crucial facts. Kyrie wasn't just a sidekick. He was often the more efficient and clutch player in those key moments. Even now, in Dallas, Kyrie remains an absolute killer in the clutch, consistently proving his value as a game changer. So, when LeBron reminisces about the good times with Kyrie, he conveniently forgets his own role in trying to trade a prime Kyrie Irving for Clutch Sports clients. LeBron's attempts to revise history and shift the narrative failed to acknowledge the strategic moves he made, which ultimately pushed Kyrie to seek a trade. In summary, Kyrie's trade demand wasn't a sudden betrayal. It was a calculated response to LeBron's maneuvering and lack of commitment to the Cavaliers. The media's portrayal of Kyrie as the villain is a result of the powerful influence of entities like ESPN and Clutch Sports. Kyrie's efficiency and clutch performance, both in the past and now, highlight his true value, which often gets overshadowed by the media's biased narratives. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comments section.